Choco-nichi, what bitches? I wanted to start this up earlier, but the heat got to me, so I took a bit of a let's see here. Let me check my clock here. Uh, a 6 hour delay on when I wanted to start the stream. So Calibre game, hell yeah. Uh, Finally have a chat here, nice. Oh, it's not working. Oh, fucking red. My fucking caster labs ain't working. The hell? Okay, hold it. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. My caster labs isn't picking up my Twitch chat. Did I get removed? Question mark? Let's see. Accounts. Still logged in. That's weird. I didn't have a. Huh? That's odd. That's really odd. Just to be safe, I'm going to. Okay, just to be safe. Let's see. I go here, which is here. I'm gonna rename this. I'll just put this here. I'll rename that to there. And when I go back to my normal background, I'll just move the source file. But that's really strange. Oh man, this sucks. Give me 1 second here. Trying to figure out what's going. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Uh, uh. th- I don't. I don't get it. I wanted to. I don't understand why my caster labs ain't working. Do I have to log back in? Hold up a second. Exit. And then I'm going to boot it up again. Hey Kirby, outside of what's happening right now and my chat not working, it's working on stream, but I'm talking about my the caster that I read that I have on my second monitor. The chat that I have on my second monitor isn't working, and I don't know why, and it's worrying me. Outside of that, good. Um, because I can't actually wait. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay. Am I gonna have to? Am I gonna have to? Hold up a second here. Where's my YouTube? I'm gonna have to do with this. I'm gonna have to do it the old school way, where I just have. This is okay. This is annoying. This is annoying. Okay. 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 Power through. Power through. Power through. Okay. Darren, welcome, Darren. Welcome, Kirby. So Calib's a good game. You goddamn right it is. I have my misgivings about where Soul Calibur went over the past 20 years, but I'm happy at least some version of Soul Calibur is still around. I don't think there will be a new Soul Calibur for a long time because Soul Calibur doesn't really have a strong central figure like Tekken does for Harada, and the two that we used to have were that were for Soul Calibur 5 and Soul Calibur 6 respectively, whose names I cannot remember at this point. Both of them left, so Soul Calibur is going to be in the Namco vault for a while. I hope that if it the hell I hope that when Soul Calibur eventually does get removed from the Namco vault, that it decides to it decides to take more than just the aesthetic of Soul Calibur 1 next time, and actually carries forth some of the gameplay of it. Because I do like Soul Calibur 6, I like it a lot, but for something that's supposed to be a reboot or rather a return to form of what Soul Calibur 1 was, it sure as hell doesn't play like it. It plays like a fucking Tekken game. And I feel like I've always had a suspicion that Namco management did not like Tekken and Soul Calibur, both being made by Namco, because it felt that Soul Calibur and Tekken were eating into each other's profits when they really weren't. They were both fighting games, sure, but they appealed to different groups of people, right? But whatever. I'm not a fucking manager. What the fuck do I know? Okay. Sad that the game was removed for 3 characters. Which characters? Big Breasted One, Warhammer, and BDSM man. Okay, hold up a minute. Big Breasted One. So BDSM man, that's Valdo. Big Breasted One could be like any of 3 characters. I'm assuming you're talking about Ivy. BDSM man is Valdo. Warhammer. I guess that's Nightmare. Never heard him described as a Warhammer character before. Anyway, before I get this, okay, hold on. Let me double check to make sure that. Let me make sure that my feed is still there. Okay, good. It's still there. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay. So before I actually get to basically a knight with a big hammer. There are no hammer knights in Soul Calibur. There is Nightmare, who is a knight with an oversized claymore that's made out of flesh. A little bit of a... I forget the term for it. It's almost Resident Evil, actually. Now that I think about it, like, Nightmare is kind of like the Birkin of Soul Calibur. The big fucking arm, and instead of a pipe, just a huge fucking sword. Looks cool. Has a bit of a, not quite gothic horror. It's like if body horror was a sword, I guess it'd be Soul Edge. I don't know. Anyway, but you were definitely talking about Nightmare. Nightmare became the breakout popular character of Soul Calibur. I mean, he's on the fucking logo, the Project Soul logo. Let me pull it up. Control T. I think Project Soul started with like Soul Calibur 3. I think I've definitely saw it in Soul Calibur 4. I think it's Project 3. Project Soul logo. The old Project Soul logo. Oh, someone made these for the other characters. That's really nice. WebP, get the fuck out of here. What did this do? Nothing is what that does. Okay, give me a second here. What if I try this? This will work. File Explorer. There we go. Took longer than it should have. But this right here, that's Nightmare. He became so popular that he became the logo of the fucking game. Much like how I don't know if it still is true, but there was a time where Scorpion was the logo of NRS because he is the Mortal Kombat character. So there's that. Toss that shit in the garbage. All right. That one character that looks like she got lost heading dead or alive. Yeah, that sounds like Ivy to me. Especially Soul Calibur 4 Ivy. Soul Calibur 4 Ivy was fucking wild. Anyway, what was I doing? Right. So before I actually get started with this. Let me double check my. Okay, Castle Labs is now working. Nice, excellent. So I literally just had to turn it on and off again. Backwards, turn it off then on again. Right. So let me just give it this here. Should this work? Excellent, that does work. Okay, so before I actually start, let me move a little bit over here. A little bit more. Actually, don't I have a preloaded one? Was this one? This one. No, it was the other one. Okay. So, before I actually start playing Soul Calibur, I just wanted to look at a couple of fighting game trailers, because Splats keep sending them to me, putting them in my channel, and I keep watching and be like, oh, that's neat, I should talk about this, and then I don't ever actually do it. So I at least want to talk a little bit about the Sagat trailer for Street Fighter 6 and the Ken trailer for City of the Wolves. Just a little bit, just so I can say that I talked about it. I was going to do an amateur analysis on it, but in the last minute I decided to just go against it, because I already said that I was going to play Soul Calibur today. And maybe might make it a mini series. Who knows? Anyway, let me see here. Which one was it? I might as well start with Sagat. Get him out of the way. It's Prevo week. Evo is sneaking up on me.
The man who reached the pinnacle of Muay Thai and then became one of the Grand Masters of an international terrorist organization. The Emperor Sagat.
So, off the rip, I love that this trailer is trying to brand Sagat as like the strong silent type, despite the fact that he never was that archetype of character. But characters having their own announcers is really cool. I mean, fucking hell, it worked for Baiken, right? She gets like basically a character trailer in her own intro. It's fucking great. Hey, Malone. Choco-nichi, what's up? How you doing? I'm just going through a couple of fighting game trailers before I actually start playing Soul Calibur again. I know that... I mean, I say again, but it's like... I know that I have been, you can normally catch me playing Soul Calibur with Xeno and like Kaimito every other Sunday for his Soul Calibur 6 thing, but it's not enough, man. I want to play Soul Calibur 2, I want to play Soul Calibur 1, I want to play Soul Calibur 3, but I don't have my PS2 on me, so I can't play a legitimate version of 3. Anyway. Back to Sagat. I also love how
International terrorist then became one of the Grand Masters of an international terrorist organization.
Like, yeah, they just gloss. Like, he was part of Shadowlow for a while. We don't want to have to bring that up. He's a good guy now. Don't worry about it. He was a domestic terrorist, but no, it's fine now. On the day he left Shadowlaw, he took a big shit in the toilets, didn't flush, and wrote "Shadowloo sucks balls" on the bathroom mirror before he walked out. It's fine. He's a good guy now. Fuck, man. Like, they never ever really go into that. It's like, yeah, he went in there because he wanted revenge against Ryu, and then he just left, and that's like, they just don't ever talk about. Like, oh god. Just never bring that up. It's whatever. Sagat looks cool. I like clearly. Hold up. Like, it's clearly building off of his outfit in 5 with the shoulder cloak thing, the ripped pants that turn to shorts, the belt, the sash. Like, it's clearly building off of his Street Fighter 5 outfit that I didn't like. And I will say that I'm neutral on this one, if only because of the tiger print. Really, really overemphasizing the whole tiger aspect of his design. Oh, what's that? Have I seen the sequel trailer for Mortal Kombat? Are you talking about the movie? The Mortal Kombat movie? I did not. You know what? I'll download that in the background. I did see the Mortal Kombat movie 2 outfit. Whatever. The fucking outfit, crossover movie outfits for Mortal Kombat 12. I did see the outfits that they made for the characters for that one, and I do I think Scorpion looks good. I think Sub-Zero looks okay. I get that he's wearing like I don't like the armor. I understand why the armor's there. Actually, I don't. You know what? I'm gonna rescind that statement. I don't know why they have armor. It's weird, and like the armor has like this V pattern stitched in to mimic the actual V of the ninjas from the game. It's weird. Johnny Cage looks lame as shit. The dyed hair is nice. The dyed hair is a nice touch because Johnny Cage did have blonde hair and did dye his hair blonde in the 3D games. So Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, he did have dyed blonde hair. That's I don't know if that's a deliberate reference to that. Probably is, probably not. Mortal Kombat makes a lot of like obtuse references to past games like that. I kind of fuck it. I kind of wish that the Jean-Claude Van Damme uh model for Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 12. I wish there was one that was a more direct reference to the 3D games because his outfit in that game was meant to be an upgrade to that in the Mortal Kombat 1 outfit where it was literally just Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. So like make the sash blue, give him blonde hair. And it's even weirder because like oh man, how much want to talk about this? Okay, so wait, hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see. Johnny Cage, MKDA. Let's start there. Let's start there. MKDA. Oh, nice. Excellent. You know what? That's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that. 3 times. Fuck, I should have picked them in. Okay, let's see. Save image. Actually, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Just go to TFG. I'm wasting all this fucking time. Just go to TFG. Let's see. Do that, okay? Just to make sure that my Xbox doesn't go into sleep mode. Okay, first of all, actually, wait, can't I just do this? Yeah, there we go. Just fucking move it up. Okay, characters. Johnny Cage. So let's see. Should be DA. Right here. DA. MKDA. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, right? So this is his outfit in that game, right? I mean, it's okay. It's first of all, it's more than most. It is a wait. Hold up. Wait. I'll put up another one of Johnny Cage. Okay, wait. And then I want Mortal Kombat 1 Johnny Cage. Let's see artwork. Oh man. I forgot about Carlos Pacino's face in this fucking on the this is on the I think this is on the arcade marquee. Or at the very least it's on the side of the cabinet. I forgot about his fucking face on this thing. Okay, Ninja Mind, blah 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 blah. I want very specifically Mortal Kombat 1. Okay, don't have it. So instead I'll take this one instead. So, Mortal Kombat 1, Johnny Cage, 1992, I think. Yeah, 1992, Mortal Kombat, Johnny Cage. Played by Carlos Messina. It looks like if you made it with a WWE creator. Yeah, it's well. Here's the thing, right? This outfit for Johnny Cage is very specifically a homage to Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport, right? It's the same. Well, it's not the same. It is almost the same outfit. Actually, I'll just. Oh, fuck off. Etsy. What about this one? Okay, wait. Actually, this might work. Open image in a tab. All right, yeah, this will work. So you can see the outfit right here, right? The black shorts, the orange sash. Well, it's really those things, right? And though it's kind of hard to tell here, he also has a black belt under there, which is not important because it's not in the Mortal Kombat 1 version of the outfit, but it is in the Mortal Kombat 12 version of the outfit because it's very specifically referencing Bloodsport, but we'll get to that later, right? But it's... Wait, get rid of this. Get rid of that one. It is very clearly meant to be deliberate. I mean, the sash color is different so that it's legally distinct. Doesn't have the black belt under it because it probably got in the way. He's got kung, and there are some touches here that make him a bit more legally distinct. He's got these bracers, right? He's got the kung fu shoes. When he wins, right, he pulls out the glasses. Yeah, right here. And the classic, when he wins, he pulls out the fucking glasses, right? The fucking Bret Hart wraparounds, right? Not that one, the blue one. Oh, this one. Well, Mortal Kombat Armageddon did have a character creator, so you're not that far off. But this outfit here, right? Let me go back to Mortal Kombat 2. So it's meant to be a mix of... It's meant to be a mix of course, Bloodsport, but the MK1 inspired Bloodsport outfit, but also his Mortal Kombat 2 era. Basically, what became his main outfit after that, which is Mortal Kombat 2. He gets the black pants with the blue shin guards, the blue sash. Is there any good art of it? Mortal Kombat 4. You know what? Good enough. Mortal Kombat 4. And he's got, of course, trade out the Kung Fu slipper for some sneakers, right? Shin guards, arm guards. The arm guards are game dependent. Sometimes he's wearing wristbands, sometimes arm guards, but generally he needs like something on his wrist, generally, right? And these white lines here are a reference to something that actually was removed from his sprite. In Mortal Kombat 2 specifically, Johnny Cage, or rather Carlos Piscino, had the black trunks, instead of being, let's see, as you see here, as you see, the trunks are just pure black, right? But let's see. Let me see. Is it Atomics? I think it's Atomics because it's because much like how Maximum okay, hold up. There's a bit of lore here. Not too much, but a bit. DFT characters. J. Right? I mean, this is, everybody knows this, but just as a refresher, right? DJ, Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, right? He has Maximum down the side of his leg. Originally, it was going to be Mantis, because Super Street Fighter 2 was made on the CPS2 hardware, right? Or rather, yeah, no, CPS2 hardware. Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo were developed on the CPS2 hardware, which was an upgrade to the CPS1. I don't remember if it was actually called the CPS1, but for the sake of, just for the sake of me explaining this, I'll just say it was CPS. I'll just say it was a CPS1 hardware. So characters would be able to be drawn with greater detail. That's alpha. I want Street Fighter 2. Yeah, this one here in the middle. This one is CPS. This one is CPS 2. So characters will be able to were drawn with a lot more detail, and you were able to hold up. I'll get to that. And you were able, and it was very obvious because all of the new warriors, as they were called, DJ, Cammy, Thunderhawk, Fei Long, were drawn in such a greater detail than the original Street Fighter 2 roster, to the extent that you can even see that when, let's see, which character? I'll do Ken. Ken's going to be in the trailer, so I might as well discuss Ken. So, let's see, DJ, get rid of that. Actually, no. Can I go back to characters? Control F. Ken. Ken. Ken Masters. So, Ken Masters. It should be in here. It should be in here. I want very specifically, like one of his fancy. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So as you can see, the redrawn sprites for Ken, for his new moves in Super Street Fighter 2, are so much of a higher quality than his default sprite that the quality difference is actually kind of shocking. And I know it would probably have taken like a year, maybe a year and a half, but I really wish Capcom would have just redrawn all the characters in the game in this new style, because it's like this style here is like not quite alpha. Like this, like it's like this art style is like an in between of like Alpha 1 and like I would say what would eventually become Coda. It's not as, of course it's not as detailed as Coda, but like the keyframes, how it's animated, the extra detail that was added for the characters, it's like it's very clearly this art would clearly help inspire the workflow of Alpha, at least for especially for like Chun-Li, especially for Chun-Li. Let's see, very specifically, if you look at her up kicks, the Tensho Kyaku, her up kicks in Street Fighter 2, it looks like an alpha. It looks like it's the way it's animated, the way it's shaded, it looks like an alpha sprite. Ah, I love that. Kick through the fucking wall, it's so good. Spinning Bado Kiku. I'll save that for later. Because the thing is that I think what was happening was that Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha were being developed at the same time. Or no, Super Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha 1 were being developed basically at the same time. So the characters in Super Street Fighter 2 got moves so that they were in parity with their alpha versions, right? So characters got new moves and such. I'm trying to find it. Oh, is that it? No, that's Alpha. It's Alpha. I should save this one, actually. Save that one. Third strike. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but give me a second here. Movie stuff. Wait, what's this? Alright, just a sprite. I didn't. Fortnite. Alright. Was not expecting that. Oh yeah, my intro. Okay. Wait a minute. Ba 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 ba. Twirl. But that's her throw. This animation, this is Chun-Li's throw in the EX games. It's really cool looking. Oh, so that's what they did. Okay. Just reused it. Man, EX games are so fucking wild. Alright, yeah, I forgot. In the movie, her tights had more of a reddish tint. And that was referenced in the Street Fighter 4 version of Chun-Li, where her tights are more reddish. Huh. Like more of a bright red than like brown. Yeah, there it is, right there. Pop, 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 pop. Twirl. Boom. I wish they remade this throw in any of the later Street Fighter games. It's so cool looking. But anyway. So, is it just not here? I guess it's on here. Alright, Chun-Li in Final Fight 2. Jackie Chan Chun-Li. Which, I have to get into it. I'm pretty sure that the entire reason why Chun-Li has Hazanshu, like wait, is it in here? Okay, hold up. Which one was it? Okay, Seinshu, Tensho. Where's Hazanshu? That's the super version, not what I wanted, but you know what? Good enough. Good enough. I am 80% certain that the entire reason that Chun-Li even has this move is because Jackie Chan did this in that movie where he dresses as Chun-Li. I, I'll have to see if I can find a gif of it later. Not now, but later. Okay, what was I talking about? Atomics, right. Is Atomics a real brand? I think it. Oh, yep. Ah, cutting room floor. Nice. No, but where's the. Yeah, here it is right here. It's. What was I talking about? Right, so the character designs, or the outfit designs in the old Mortal Kombat games, because they're using real actors, a lot of the outfits are just cobbled together like basically gym clothes, Halloween props, and stuff like that, right? And Carlos Pesina, who was Johnny Cage here, was wearing Atomic's branded pants when he was recording his moves for Johnny Cage. And for one specific frame, which is this unique frame, in this, when Shang Tsung, played by Dr. Philip An, I believe it is, Dr. Philip An, MD, Phil, Philip An MD, whatever. I forget how you're supposed to address doctors, but uh, Shang Tsung, when he does his Soul Steal move here, this right here, where Shang Tsung is holding up his enemy by the neck and sucks the soul out of him, this is a unique sprite because after this, it has to show the body withering, right? To show that the soul is gone. But for this animation, this sprite specifically, uh, the Atomics brand, forgot to be photoshopped out. So in this one frame, you can see the brand of the pants he was wearing, and because of the rumor mill, right? I don't, or rather, due to the fact that that due to that minor fuck up in Mortal Kombat 4, you could see these white stripes going down the side of Johnny Cage's leg here for his outfit, which is specifically referencing the brand, the Atomics brand forgot to be photoshopped out. I love little details like that. Actually, in Mortal Kombat 9, I think they were brought back in Mortal Kombat 9. Hold up. Hold up. And you see here in Deadly Alliance, you can kind of, let me see if there's a better picture of it. Actually, wait. Oh yeah, here the white you can see here also in Shaolin Monks, right? Also has the dyed blonde hair that he had in the other 3D games, but it's styled, but his hair is styled in the same way as the old games. Whereas in the 3D games, his hair is also styled differently, right? Okay, but I want to see if there's a that's MK4. I wanted to see if they have his versus portrait. Not the whole thing. Fuck. Oh yeah, I forgot he has the dragon tattoo on his back. I forgot about that. Looks like shit. It's great. Um, I guess not. This is MK9, right? Yeah, here in MK9. Oh, they're not white. Yeah. So his sash was changed to white, but the stripes going down his leg was changed to blue. All right, that's what they did it. Got the hand wraps there. Is Jean-Claude Van Damme in this? Ninja Mime, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's not. All right. What was I talking about? Right. So this outfit, right? I'm getting to it. Give me a second here. So this outfit is again meant to be a not only a direct homage to the Bloodsport outfit that Johnny Cage had in Mortal Kombat 1, but also adds a bit of MK2 elements with the blue instead of the red. And the fucking door knocker belt, Jesus. There was something else that I completely forgot what I wanted to mention. It's gone. It left my fucking head. I fucking forgot. Right, I wanted to tie this into Mortal Kombat 12 and that okay, let's see. JCVD MK12. There was something I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember what it was. What am I thinking here? What am I thinking of here? What am I thinking of here? So, this is Jean-Claude Van Damme as Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 12, wearing the Mortal Kombat 1 outfit. Although it's more of a blend of Mortal Kombat 1 and also Bloodsport, because unlike I gotta go back. Actually, I'll just open this here, right? Because as you can see here, Johnny Cage. The one thing I hate about your design, I don't mind the tattoos, but it does have to be your own name. Hold up. Darren Root, the one thing I hate about his design, I don't mind the tattoos, but it doesn't have to be his name. Yes, it does. Because Johnny Cage is the very specific type of egotistic asshole to tattoo his own name on his chest. It's fucking great. And of course, let's see. I love his own name. He on his chest. It's so fucking good. And as you can see here, he's got Johnny, but his belt says Cage. He's a walking billboard for himself. It's so fucking good. Oh man. Doing the rock eyebrow under the glasses too. Oh, that's so good. Okay, but I'm trying to remember what I wanted to talk about here, right? Because he's right. It's a mix of Bloodsport and MK1, which was directly referencing Bloodsport, but this has a few more Bloodsport elements here because it has the black belt, right? It has the black belt, and well, actually, really, it's just that it has the black belt, and that is actually Jean-Claude Van Damme. But also, there's a bit of Mortal Kombat influence there because the sash is red instead of orange, and as you can see, as you might be able to see here if I zoom in, there's I forget what it's called, emboss of the Mortal Kombat Dragon logo on the trunks itself. And Johnny Cage is wearing hand wraps that, even though this is a Bloodsport outfit, Jean-Claude Van Damme does not actually wear hand wraps in the movie. The hand wraps are very specifically a Johnny Cage thing that was added to him in Mortal Kombat 9. Very specifically Mortal Kombat 9. He didn't have hand wraps until MK9. So MK9 added the hand wraps. So that's also a very specific Johnny Cage element of the character. And of course, you have the option to wear glasses during the fight, which is also a Johnny Cage thing. Anyway, all of that to get back to Sagat, and I don't know how I got here. Let me check here. Yeah, it's gone. I don't remember how I got here. Anyway, get rid of all this junk. Where's the video tab? Wait. Okay. Where's the video tab? Up. So, right, Sagat. I don't know how I got from Sagat to Johnny Cage, but
became one of the Grand Masters of an international terrorist organization, the Emperor Sagat.
Again, beard. Every returning Street Fighter character needs to have a beard. I don't get it. So here we get Proud Spire, obviously based off of his Street Fighter 2 stage. But the specific like environment of how it's like really cloudy. Why is VSync on? The fuck? Turn that off. Oh, VSync option. Huh. Didn't know about that. I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of specifically. Because I want to say, oh yeah, it's Alpha. No, this is not Alpha. This is... Is this Street Fighter 5? No. Not even that. It actually reminds me of the... Actually, I figured it out. I don't know if it's what's being referenced here, but... Street Fighter 4 does not have character-specific stages, but... It reminds me of a stage in Street Fighter 4. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. It's Beautiful Bay. No, it's Beautiful Bay. Morning Miss Bay. Is there just a straightforward, like, what it looks like as a fighting game stage? I have to go through all this shit? I mean, there's this. No, but that's Beautiful Bay. I want Morning Mist Bay. Is Morning Mist Bay not here? It's not here. It's not in the fucking wiki because it's an alternate version of a different stage. Okay. Google, help me. Yeah, thanks for the fucking help. Okay, not helping at all. Whatever. It's misty, it's foggy. Dusty, maybe? I don't know. I like it. So, hold up a minute. Trees, classic. Yep, kicking trees. Yep. Muay Thai. That's Muay Thai training right there. You kick that tree until your shins are fucking, till all the nerve endings in your shins are fucking dead. So, before we get to this, fucking hell, hold up a second. I love, well, one, Sagat's always been tall. He's always been like a huge, like, he's always been a fucking behemoth of a man, right? And I feel like this specific version of Sagat is kind of like taking influence from what's his name? Baka? Let's see, Baka? Muay Thai? There's a guy, Muay Thai character. Baka. What? I don't know. Isn't there a version of him where he's bald? Because that's what I'm thinking of, right? Am I not thinking of? Am I not thinking of Baka? I remember there was like a huge, like, fucking insanely ripped Muay Thai guy who's like bald and it's like, oh yeah, this who looks like Sagat. Bokal Benchamek. This is not who I was thinking of, but a beast in his own right. Fuck me. Okay, never mind that. Whatever. Anyway, I like that Street Fighter 6 is really emphasizing just how fucking tall Sagat is. Like, look at this fucking guy. Ryu isn't that short, but he's like nipple height with Sagat. It's insane. Also, very specific thing here. Hold up. I can't do that. Okay, hold up. One specific thing I really like here about Sagat's depiction here is that his fighting stance is very specifically based off of Street Fighter 2. where he's leaning forward. That was always my favorite depiction of Sagat's idle stance. So that's for me personally. As you can see, let me hold up. Pop. Let's see here. Actually, hold up. What if I did this? Save image. Can I do this? Hell yeah, I can. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So as you can see, right? Very deliberately mimicking. Not as, like, he's not as. What angle is this? Like a fucking, like, 45. Like, he's not leaning at a 45-degree angle, but his guard is tighter. He's leaning more forward as opposed to. Let me, I might as well pull up the rest for comparison. Street Fighter 1 Sagat. Just for the sake of it, right? SF1 Sagat. And Alpha Sagat. Just for the sake of comparison. I don't even know why I put SF1 Sagat here. Like, but yes, right here, right? As you can see, right? Why do you even have SF1 here? Like, I guess that's just there for fun. But get rid of that. So as opposed to, like, you can see here in, like, Alpha, he's got way more fucking mass. He is built like a fucking tank, and he's more square, rather. I forget. Like, he's a bit more lean back, right? More, arguably more in a more defensive position, but that just could be that if he was leaning more forward, like he is in SF2, Sagat would look like he would topple over, probably. But yeah, Sagat still, like, and you can see the muscles. Like, he's still really, really muscular, but it's a lot more lean. Like, he looks more like an actual Muay Thai fighter. They're like really lean and like kind of wiry. They're not really like brick shit houses like they are in like Sagat is here in Alpha. I mean, to be fair, the whole, I mean, again, the way that Sagat looks in Alpha is also directly referencing how he looked in the Street Fighter 2 animated movie, but also it just makes him look more intimidating as a fighter. He's like, oh man, how's Ryu gonna defeat this guy, right? But I feel like the size difference. Let me get rid of these two. I feel like the size difference between Ryu and Sagat in Alpha is about the same as it is here in terms of, like, at least in terms of height. And as you will see in the trailer, because I have watched the trailer before, and I just wanted to point out a couple things. And as you can see, as you will see, Sagat's gonna put those legs to good use. So immediately, even for Sagat, this is fucked up. This is like fucking CVS 2 Sagat right here. Now, to be fair, right? Now, mistimed it. Mistimed it still. As you can see here, Ryu did his strong punch sooner, so that this is more of like a kind of lying for the sake of making the character look cool, right? So how do I do this? You know what? Hold up a second. Let's see. Will this work? It half works. Okay, hold up. Open with. You know what? Fuck it. Open with paint, and then I'm going to. window capture? Question mark? This will probably work? Question mark? That's the wrong subscreen. Snipping tool. I don't know if snipping is gonna work. I need to see if there's a way that I can, if there's an app I can use to draw things on screen. Anyway, is this thick enough? No, it's not. It's not. Big size. Make it red. No, what? I'll use. Where's purple? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'll give you a very brief, very simple explanation of collision boxes. Some people call them hitboxes, like the controller. But technically, hitboxes are not the same. Well, the problem is that people tend to use hitbox and hurtbox interchangeably, and they're not the same. But anyway, okay, so fuck it, go back to 100%. So because Ryu is throwing a punch here, right? So, normally, let's see. Normally, a character is hurtbox, which is basically actually how is it? It's red for hitboxes, blue for hurtboxes. So actually, put his hurtbox here, right? Now normally, I forget if it's red for. Yeah, blue is for hurt boxes, I think. Yeah, okay, so normally in a fighting game, your character, it's easy to say like your character's hurt boxes are like around like where the legs are and like upwards for the rest of the body, right? However, and you can say, and you know, also put Sagat's here because that's where he was when he was punching. They're not obviously like this. It's a very brief example, right? And so red because he's attacking. Wait, no, go back to blue because I didn't change that. Okay. Now Ryu is throwing a punch. So let's say that this, if the red box here collides with this character with the other character's blue box, it causes a hit, right? However, in modern fighting games, there is something called the extended hurt box, which is a hurt box that extends farther, slightly farther than the character's active hitbox, which makes it, which rewards the offender here, or rather which rewards people that understand the timing and distance of fighting games. Because if Sagat here were to, as well, let me pull it up, as you are about to see, right? As you are about to see, bam. Now notice how far away Sagat's fist is from Ryu's fucking face, but it still hits because what Sagat did was, get rid of that. Hold up. Because what Sagat basically did is, imagine that the next frame is here. Sagat basically attacked, and this is like Sagat's, actually, let's say, it's around here, so let's say that Sagat's attack, the hitbox is like, well, I'm just going to put it here so that you can see, like, oh yeah, it's his fist, right? So let's go, it's about right here, right? Let's pretend this is what his hitbox was. I actually don't know what it is. I'm just giving it a very, very shitty, very brief example, right? So it didn't hit Ryu's body here. It actually hit his arm. And that is what extended hurt boxes are for. It's like, I understand the distance and timing of your character, so I'm going to position my moves so that it hits you directly after you do your attack, and I will hit your attacking limb, and it will cause a counter hit. So I'm rewarded for my patience by attacking you at a critical point, and I'm being rewarded with a bigger combo, basically. Big character will hold up. Crazy reach. So again, this is more like a as I said, this is a, let me get rid of this again. Hold the video. So like I said, this is more of a lie to make the character look cooler than the character is. If Sagat would have done Standing Fierce, hold up, because that is Standing Fierce. If Sagat would have actually did Standing Fierce right here and Ryu did not move at all, let's see. So it's like, so his fist was like right here. So can you see my mouse? I guess you can't see my mouse. So okay, so you see this number 1 right here. If Sagat would have done that punch and Ryu did not do anything at all, Sagat's fist would basically be right where the 1 is. Which means Ryu would not have gotten hit. But because Ryu did this, punch, right? It extended his hurt box forward to where his fist is. So if you hit his fist, bam, it's a counter hit. And that's an extended hurt box. That's what it's there for. Basically there to punish reckless players, right? And it creates the the grounded footsies that the Street Fighter series is known for, right? Anyway, back to the trailer. As if you didn't need enough of a reason to fear this move, which was made deliberately better. He also did the target combo for me to push you into the corner. Let's see that. So he's got this. This launching 2-hit elbow. A move that has always been good, but a move that Sagat never had before. An elbow move like this is in like Street Fighter 5. I think it's in like his Street Fighter 5 Super, which I also have his Street Fighter 5 trailer somewhere around here because I want to compare and contrast a couple of things. But like characters that have this tend to be good because it's a free launcher. It's a launcher. It's an anti-air with a juggle point. Like it basically, like, if I anti-air you, I get a free combo. If I hit you on the ground, I still get a free combo. Like Urien and Abel. Urien is well known for having a move like this. Abel is known for having a move like this. Gil had this in Street Fighter 3. Anyway, if a Street Fighter character has a move like this, like an anti-air, a 2-hit anti-air launcher, that character's gonna be good. It's just one of those, like, it's one of those moves that, like, if you see a character in Street Fighter have this, that character is guaranteed to at least be good. It's like a Tekken character having an orbital heal, or I don't know, a Smash character having a really good back air. Like, just certain moves just make your character good in the game that you're in. And having a 2-hit launching crouching heavy punch is one of those moves. Look at the look at that. Now Ryu did walk into that, but that's still real. That's massive. Even for Sagat, that's really big. Sagat's crouching medium kick doesn't normally go that far. His sweep goes that far sometimes, depending on the game. But like his poking, like, you know, crouching medium kick is basically like your low poke that you use to confirm into other moves. His crouching medium kick has never been this good. That's crazy. And here we go. The standing kicks. The Muay Thai legs coming in clutch here. Now, to be fair, this was, since Street Fighter 2, this was the definitive thing about Sagat as a character. Or rather, that was the intended identity of Sagat as a character. It's like, because he's Muay Thai, he's got really long legs and really powerful kicks. And over time, you can like actually know his fireballs are his main tool. His fireballs, his really good punch normals, his DP that does ridiculous damage, standing and crouching punch depending on what game it is. CVS 2 Sagat giving a whole new generation of players night terrors just due to how fucking good standing heavy and crouching heavy punch are. But this is very much Street Fighter 2. I feel like when it came to like medium kick specifically, Street Fighter 2 was like, Street Fighter 2 Sagat had the best medium kick. It had insane range. Overhead, of course. Every character needs to have an overhead now. So, hold back here. First of all, that's probably standing low. Standing low is becoming more common in fighting games, but that's very clearly a command. That's clearly a command normal, so I don't have to worry too much about it. But what I'm interested in is, how plus was that? Is this a tick throw? Low. It's kind of hard to tell. I feel like the reason that they put this in the trailer is because that kick leads to a tick throw situation. So it's probably like +2 or something. Because that should be enough time for him to get the grab off. Like, it leaves him positive enough to go for a throw attempt. Nightbringer, Choco-nichi, what's up? Talking fighting games. What version of Soul Calibur is this? It's not. I haven't actually gotten to Soul Calibur yet. This throw, again, the big overhand toss referencing a Street Fighter 2 throw.
It will be my pleasure to test
this thing. I don't know what this move is, but okay, hold up, I got a call. Okay, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Okay. Honestly, everything's low type because who's jumping him? Everybody. If people could have jumped over Abigail, Sagat's not gonna be a problem. Street Fighter characters jump like 10 feet in the air. It's fine. Also, I love this thing, this elbow knee thing. I forget what it's called, but It's one of those like iconic Muay Thai moves. Like if any character has Muay Thai as their fighting style, you are going to see this move. It's like, you know, Jeet Kune Do with the 1 inch punch or the huge jumping side kick, right? Like, or if a character does like any form of like Kenpo or like any Chinese martial arts, you will see a Tetsuzanko, you will see a shoulder charge. It's one of those things, right? Anyway, I always thought that move was cool. So, Tiger Cannon beats out Shinku Hadoken, which, considering the buffs that Ryu keeps getting, that's actually a really big deal. Because Sagat, Nightbringer, you won a local Soul Calibur 2 tourney back in your city back in the day, so you can't wait to see how good I am. I have not played Soul Calibur 2 in a long time, so probably not very good. And even when I did play, I pretty much stuck to Yunseong, who's like really weird in this game. So I'm not good with like the characters that are actually good, like Nightmare, Shanghua, Taki, Mitsurugi. I'm not good with any of the actual good characters, and even then, arguably I was never, in terms of Soul Calibur, I was never really all that good at Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is just a game I really just enjoyed playing. I think the most seriously I ever took Soul Calibur was during Soul Calibur 4. And even then, like I think I was in a clan at one point doing like online online team tournaments. But even then, I wasn't there for very long because I didn't want to spend the $10 to change my Xbox name. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I did train with them for a while. I forget the name of the clan. But anyway, back to this, right? So Sagat was intended to be a defensive character, right? The way that that Sagat was intended to play in Street Fighter 2 and like the Alpha games is that he has really good buttons and he has really good projectiles because he can fire them either high or low. The low ones force you to jump so that he can anti-air with a kick or his Tiger Uppercut, which does a lot of damage. Because the concept is that, you know, that whole I'm you but stronger, and like, yeah, Sagat is basically a more powered up version of what Ryu was during that time before, you know, Akuma was made. I was talking hitboxes. Do energy moves add to that? Yes. First of all, energy attacks have their own separate hitbox. You could argue it's a... yeah, the energy attacks have their own hitboxes, which is why they can collide with you and do damage. But yes, when throwing out, you know, Ryu's throwing out his fireball, Sagat's throwing out his fireball, their limbs are extended. And their recovery is slower than they normally are. So it's like, if you predict that you know Ryu's gonna throw a fireball, you can, you know, jump over it and smack him before he gets a chance to recover. And because of the extended hurt box, you can attack from further away to knock them down or something to give yourself an advantage. So yes, energy moves do add to that. But right. So back in the day, back during the ye olden days of 1994, because I'm specifically referencing Super Street Fighter 2. A core element of Ryu's game plan was his fireballs. There is a reason why if you talk to a Street Fighter player of a certain age group, they will have PTSD of the Hadoken sound effect, because Ryu would be throwing out fireballs all the time, because first of all, they were just inherently good, but also because you as a Ryu player, you were constantly mixing up the timing and the distance of your fireballs to restrict your enemy from moving. Fireballs in Street Fighter 2 are possibly the strongest projectiles have been in any fighting game ever. And every fighting game has been, over the past 30 years, desperately running away from how good Ryu's fireballs were in Street Fighter 2. So slower startup, slower recovery, smaller hitboxes, smaller pushback, smaller damage. What else? There was one thing else I wanted to talk about, but I forgot what it was. So Shinku Hadouken, especially in the newest patch for Street Fighter 6, is first of all it's 5 hits, so it blows through a lot of things, but also it's really fucking fast. So even in a normal match, this would be hard to do. This would be hard to do in a normal match due to how fast Shinku Hadouken is, and you would probably get smacked trying to react to this on reaction. Power creep. It's like the opposite of power creep. You still pronounce it like striking up tiger. Yes, yeah. No, Splats. It's the opposite of power creep. The fireballs were such a defining meta of Street Fighter 2 that every game after it, including Street Fighter, has been trying to make fireballs weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, and emphasizing other aspects of characters. I don't know if anyone actually has actually done a video on that. It would be kind of fascinating. Well, for me specifically, but I'll have to look around and see if anyone made a video about that. Maybe I'll look into it later. Anyway, yes. Tiger Cannon beats out Shinku Hadouken and does I feel like 2 more hits. I think it does 7 hits. Because again, 7, it's also referencing Sagat's Tiger Uppercut, where it would hit 7 times. So I feel like his Sagat's Super Fireball, his Tiger Cannon, also hits 7 times to reference that, because Street Fighter loves making dumb references like that. So this is another element of how fireballs have gotten weaker. So Sagat's doing his Tiger Knee, which looks like it jumps over the fireball, but that's not what's happening. This move is projectile invincible. It's probably as soon as he hits the air. Like, basically, if he does this move, he is invincible to all projectiles that he lands. It is very specifically designed as a fireball counter, right? Because that is also another thing that modern fighting games have. It's like, yeah, if I do this move, your fireballs do not affect me. Because, right? Falcon, fireball, Falcon punch, scaring players. Sagat, I need to hold up. I need to show you. Sagat was especially Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 Sagat was absolutely terrifying. Specifically Sagat. Let's see. Sagat. Champion Edition? No. Kind of champion. Super Street Fighter. No, wait, hold up. Super Turbo Sagat. Let's start there. Arcade, move list. Tournament. How to play Old Sagat in 1 minute. Actually, let me try this. Justin Wong Sagat. There are a lot of Sagats, but I think Justin Wong played him. He doesn't. No, he doesn't. You know what? Fuck it. El Trouble. You know what? I'll play this.
To pick old Sagat, select him, then press up, down, up, and light punch. The moves you need are heavy punch, all 3 kicks, crouching medium kick, and crouching heavy kick. Tiger shots. You want to throw these out as much as possible, mostly heavy kick tiger shots. Zone your opponent out. Crouching medium kick is your best friend. It cancels into itself or heavy tiger shot. It's safe on block. Your opponent will jump your tiger shots. You want to hit them with heavy punch, heavy kick, or a tiger uppercut, depending on how far they are. If you jump, use heavy kick. If you jump in deep enough or stun them, you can deal crazy damage. If you can't jump deep enough, here's 2 different combos. Tiger Knee is worth mentioning, you can use it to get close or as a combo ender. The Sagat player you want to watch is John Choi.
Oh yeah, John Choi. Actually, let's do that. John Choi. Anyway, the idea behind Sagat in Street Fighter 2 is that he is a wall. He is a wall, and you have to maneuver his obstacle course of bullshit to get close to him. But also, he can fight close. He can also fight close quarters, but obviously not as good as other characters. But all right, fucking the fucking Vega shenanigans. But so the reason why they're always doing the low version is because Sagat is crouching as he throws the fireball, it lowers his hurt. Oh. You see that? Watch this, right? You see this? You see this Sagat right here, right? On the One Piece side. Let's do this here. You see this Sagat here on the One Piece side. He jumped over the fireball. That's John Choi, I think. So John Choi, Sagat, jumps over the fireball and does a jumping heavy kick to try and punish fireball attempt. But as you see here, Daigo Imehara Sagat is so low to the ground when he's firing the low tiger shot that it completely misses. It misses. It misses, right? That's one of the reasons why Sagat was so terrifying to face, because he could throw shit at you from across the screen, but because he was crouching while he did it, he was so low to the ground, it was damn near impossible to punish him. You had to be willing to trade with the fireball to do like a sweep or something, and risk taking damage for that. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Proximity guard. So blocks the fireball, right? First of all, notice how far back John Choi here. Notice how far back he slides after blocking the fireball. Look at that distance. Look at that. He's almost full screen distance away. He's starting here. This is basically round start distance. Blocks this. This is like almost full screen. That's another reason why fireballs were exceptionally powerful in old fighting games, because of pushback. Even if it was blocked, you get pushed out of, or even if the fireball is blocked, the person that blocks it gets pushed out of the range in which they could punish the other person for doing it. My mic volume is too low. Okay, great. Awesome. Let me just move closer. I moved away. I moved away from my mic. I'm trying to explain things. Give me a second here. What in the fuck? Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. For some fucking reason, my microphone got lowered again. I don't know how it happened. My microphone. Anyway, so allow me to re-explain what's happening here. So, notice this, right? For one piece of Sagat blocks fireball. That 2 piece Sagat threw out. Notice how far back 1P got slid back from that. Look at the pushback on that. It's like, hold up. It's like from here, right? Here to like around. It's like around here. Well, actually, no. If we're going this, it's like this. Here to here. Because I was getting fooled by the scrolling on the floor. So notice how much distance that was. In a game like this, where spacing is everything, getting pushed this far back for blocking a fireball is crazy. And that's another way of how fireballs have gotten weaker over the years, that push black is so much shorter. Modern fireballs don't have any pushback at all, so that if the player throws a fireball and it's blocked, you can smack him in the face for it. Again, fireballs were incredibly strong in so many ways. It wasn't just damage in these old games. There were so many different elements that made fireballs incredibly strong, and why modern fighting games don't do any of them anymore. People do not want to fight this. People do not want to fight this. I can't blame them, but I also will call them bitches. But look at this. 2-piece Sagat. Like, look at this. Not a single combo was done here. Just fireball. Blade. Not a single combo. Just complete space control. And another thing that I didn't mention. Let's see if right here. Notice, if you would, notice that John Choi, One Piece got here, is in his blocking animation, despite the fact that the fireball is all the way over here. Another reason why fireballs were so incredibly strong was something called proximity guard, which is basically... Okay, how do I explain this? You know what? I'm gonna boot up Paint. Open with Chung-Li might have caused this. Paint. Open up Paint. All right, so where's... I can get rid of this. Actually, wait a minute. I should be able to copy. Where's select all? Select all. Copy. Go here. Select all. Select all. Delete. Then I paste. And then I crop. Hell yeah. I still remember how Paint works. Nice. Okay, so where's Paint? Okay, so the Chun-Li might have caused this infinite kick. Oh yeah, well, okay, it's not that Chun-Li caused that, but it's just a side effect of how the game was programmed. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, now let's say, for the sake of, I don't remember what it is, for the sake of showing this off, let's see this. Red is the hitbox. So actually, it's not that. It's more like this. And then let's say Sagat's hurtbox is here. And let's say that his is like around here. Even, you know, for the sake of whatever. Let's just say, like, all right. So blue is your guard box, is your hurt box. Red is a hit box. However, let's see, gray. I'm gonna put something here called gray. I'm gonna put something here called the block box. And here's what's happening here. So this gray box, which I'm calling the guard box, I forget the actual term for it. It would trigger proximity block across the whole screen as soon as it shows up on screen, right? So even though the fireball is right here, if player 1 Sagat here tries to move backwards at any point in time while this thing is on screen, it will, instead of moving back, the character will block. And that was one of this, and a lot of high level players would intentionally throw fireballs that were really slow, not to hit the opponent, but to prevent them from moving backwards. And what this does is, especially for a character like Guile, who has the really slow sonic booms, this allows him to restrict his opponent's movement while moving forward at the same time, because the sonic boom is so slow that he can just walk behind it like it's a mobile shield. Use it to restrict the opponent. Use it to restrict the opponent's movement and force the opponent to guess what he's going to do next. This is another reason why fireballs are not as good as they are in older games, because this doesn't really happen anymore. Block boxes are usually tied to the hitboxes of the projectile itself. So it's more like around here, or maybe it's like slightly forward, like maybe around here. But this doesn't happen anymore. Or rather, I should say this doesn't happen anymore. Again, another way that fireballs got nerfed over time. Let's get rid of that. Just to really drill in how overwhelming oppressive Sagat was. He was bullying you from first grade. That's what his character was. Oh, I saw that? Another thing. Sagat has 6 fireballs. High tiger shot, low tiger shot. Each of them have each of them have different timings, right? So you see here. Look at that. So P1, Sagat here, John Choi, 1P, throws a low tiger shot, right? And it's going really slowly. So this is like light kick tiger shot. And you see here that Daigo, 2P Sagat here, jumps, does a neutral jump here because he wants to jump over it. But he misread which fireball it was. Daigo here thought that the tiger shot here was going to be like a beat him kick or a heavy kick one, in which if he did jump at this distance, he would have jumped over it completely harmless. But because it's the light kick version that's really, really slow, he falls into it. Like he lands and he gets hit by it anyway. And that's another way that fireballs have gotten slightly weaker over time, is that the variance in between the different speeds of fireballs is nowhere near as wide as it used to be. There is still a variance in speed, but it's like nowhere near the extremes that it was in the older games. Yeah, but notice how there has not been a single combo in this entire set. Just lots of pokes, lots of fireballs, lots of space traps. Anyway, I'm not playing the rest of it. But like, yeah, that's how Sagat used to be. And again, how a character is played defines how a character gets made. So by the time CVS2 comes around, Sagat is basically doing the same thing here and just bullying people in CVS2 and giving a whole new generation of players trauma of this fucking character. It's great. You'll love to see it. So get rid of this again. Alright. Back to the video. Oh! Fireball. 2-hit jumping medium punch. Also a really good tool to have in a Street Fighter game. Into the uppercut. Yep. Chargeable tiger. I can't tell if this is a standard heavy kick. I'm going to assume by this trail of dust behind Sagat's foot that it's not. This is probably a command normal, which is because heavy buttons, at least heavy kicks, are often not cancelable. I know Jamie's is cancelable, but like that is a cancelable heavy kick is extremely rare in Street Fighter games. Chargeable tiger uppercut. That's ooh. Which also, you see this pushback? Full screen. Full screen. Which means that after doing that heavy, that chargeable tiger uppercut, which looks really cool, by the way. Big knee, bam, wall slam. Look at the distance here. Fuck. Well, look at the position of these two characters here. So let's assume this is the corner. Sagat can just walk all the way, can completely walk this entire distance right up to Ryu and force him to eat a mix. Hoping we see Fei Long return in Street Fighter 6. Love to see Jeet Kune Do fighters. Possibly. Street Fighter has, because of how negatively Street Fighter 3 was received at the time it came out, every Street Fighter game after it is guaranteed to have the entire, not at least the entire, but a majority of the Street Fighter 2 characters in it. So maybe, because hold up a minute. Let's see. Hold up a minute. Let me pull up the web up again. World Tour. World Tour. Actually, wait, hold up. I don't have to do all that. DJ SF6 Gallery. I spelled it wrong. Who cares? Concept art. Where's the World Tour art? You know what? Okay, you know what? Let me do this. Fei Long SF6. Because there is art of Fei Long fighting DJ in DJ's World Tour. Are you serious? I don't want to boot up Street Fighter 6 just to show this off. I don't know why I keep World Tour artwork. Opening movie. Outfit 3. Y'all really gonna make me work for this thing, huh? Relationship? Question mark? Master relationship. This should not be hard to find. I'm misspelling it wrong. I don't care. Yeah, it's not here. All right. Wait. Bond with DJ. Wait. Bond with DJ. SF6. Yeah, here we go. So there is this art. There is this art right here of Fei Long and DJ looking. It seems to be that it looks like it's trying to parody the Matrix 3, or is it Matrix Reloaded? I forget which one it is. The one where Neo fights off like a 1,000 Agent Smith clones, and I feel like they're referencing that specifically. Anyway, this is also, you can see that this is like where, not the entire bit, but this is like, you can kind of see like the start of DJ Outfit 3 starting to come from here. Like, it's not all the way there, like it's not disco plated or anything, but it's like he's got the suit, he's got the loafers, the brace, the anklet, the hair, right? the hair and the shit. So this is anyway, right. So there is a chance that Fei Long will be in the next season pass. Along with, obviously, you know, Vega and Balrog, because they were also given very heavy influence in the last season pass. So it'll probably be those three to round out the rest of the Street Fighter 2 characters. And then, like, I don't know, some Street Fighter 3 character or Street Fighter 4 character. Fucking, I don't know, Dudley or something. Dudley. Well, no, Ed's there. I wasn't expecting Viper to be in that pass, so I don't know. They're fucking. It's gonna be. No, I'm not gonna say that. It's gonna be Retsu from Street Fighter 1 and some shit. Anyway, yeah. So this art here exists. So there is a possibility that Fei Long will be in the next season pass. I'm not ruling it out entirely. There have been rumors about the Bruce Lee's family business, whatever, not liking Bruce Lee reference characters in video games, but that also turned out to be a hoax. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. It's because it was due to the whole like fucking Tarantino thing where Bruce Lee gets the gets the shit kicked out of him. It's like he wouldn't, you know, a lot of people seething about it, like it's not a comedy movie. It's people all up in their feelings over some dumb bullshit. Anyway, back to the video. But anyway, yeah, this amount of, so yes, wall slam from a charged tiger uppercut, and Sagat will very clearly be able to walk, or at least dash up, or drive rush, all the way up to Ryu, who's at the corner, and force him to eat a mix. He did dirty. He did dirty. It's a fucking comedy movie. It's a comedy movie, and comedy requires somebody or something to be the butt of a joke. Like, yeah, Bruce Lee was still a guy. A guy can get made fun of. It ain't that fucking deep. Also, Sagat has a Jin right now. He has a Rekka now. It's... I think I mean, he also had it, I mean... Anyway, yeah, so Sagat has a Rekka now. Once again, turning V triggers into normal special moves like they did with Guile. He can just do this now. He has a knee. He has his big knee here, and he can follow up with an overhead, a high, an overhead, or... Well, the general way is like high, overhead, or low. But I think for Sagat, it's like high, overhead, or launcher, or something like that. I forget what it was. But yeah, overhead. So if you're watch a dome, big normal, big knee, high, that launches. Doesn't seem to be able to get anything from it. Yeah, this kind of launch, unless it's cancelable into SA3, Sagat's not getting anything from that. And again, you see it again. Again, extended hurt box, punches the foot, bam. So what do we got? Heavy version of the knee, which hits twice, into a launch, SA2, goes into the clinch. Love to see a clinch. Tiger Raid. I never really liked Tiger Raid, but this is a really good implementation of it. I always thought Tiger Raid was cool, but I always liked the idea of Tiger Raid, but I like that it's here. Now you get Tiger Raid as a follow-up to the SA2 clinch.
I shall fight you until your final breath.
And you got this really sick win animation here, which is, I didn't even know about this until I looked this up the other day. That win pose is very specifically based off of, where is it? Here we go. So this win pose is directly referencing this artwork piece, which is for, if I remember correctly, was from the Street Fighter 2 instruction manual, because it had unique art. I didn't even know about this until like about a week ago when I was just started. I was doing my my monthly rounds of just looking at fighting game artwork. That's really fucking cool. I like that. Alone. No, where it came from was the way he did it. For instance, they made Lee out to be a Hollywood fake martial artist when they could have referenced Siegel, so it felt like Tarantino was making a low jab. Possibly, but the jab was funny, and that was the entire point. The entire mythos of Bruce Lee is that he's like this undefeatable fucking battle god or whatever, but it's like he was just a guy. And a guy can get made fun of. A guy can get the shit kicked out of him. It's fine. It's a dumb joke. Like, I get it. He lost in a way. Like, he basically lost so hard that he got ragdolled into a car. I get that. And that was deliberately the joke. Is that, yeah, it's, oh shit, it's Bruce Lee. Oh shit, Bruce Lee got fucking clowned on. Like, it's a simple 1-2. Set up, execution. Set up, Bruce Lee. Oh shit, Bruce Lee's gonna kick his ass. Execution. Bruce Lee got the shit kicked out of him. Right? It is a very simple 1-2 joke. Just because your fucking idol got the shit kicked out of him that scene in the Tarantino movie does not do anything to diminish the legend of Bruce Lee. It's just a dumb joke. People took offense over it for no fucking reason. Anyway, referencing cool art. I love this intro, just emphasizing how fucking freakishly huge Sagat is. Like this, I feel like this game, more than any other game, is the one that really sells. Yeah, no, Sagat's fucking massive. He's huge. Full screen, by the way. First of all, that drive rush was really fucking fast. For a character like Sagat to have a drive rush that fast is fucked up. Again, to be fair, Bison here does the flip kick, right, to put himself at closer distance, so the drive dash looks faster than it actually is, but doesn't mean it doesn't sound like Cell second form. I don't remember what second form Cell sounds like. But that's a lot of momentum from his drive dash. That's really fucked up. Also, I do not like this. I do not like that this move hit. I understand that it's there for game balance reasons, but one of the things that I really liked about Sagat in 4, only in 4, even then he was fucking busted as shit, is that Sagat had this really huge high kick that would miss on standing opponents. Because the idea is that Sagat is so tall that this kick flies over the heads of standing opponents, and you were supposed to use it as an anti-air so that you could combo into his super or DP or whatever, right? It was basically a launching anti-air normal that you would use to combo afterwards. I do kind of wish that Sagat's heavy kicks would just miss on standing opponents. It's obviously they're going to miss on crouching opponents, but like I wish they would miss on standing opponents just to really sell the idea of how tall Sagat is. And that it would also incentivize using these buttons as anti-airs. But, you know, that's me. I also love how brutal Sagat is. I love it. Just like 4 elbows to the back of the fucking head. Love to see it. I love it. Fire. Punish counter jab. I also like another thing, how they sell Sagat's size. That's his basic jab. He has to aim downward on his jab. I love that. Drive rush cancel. Jab, drive rush cancel, crouching medium. Medium kick? Medium Jinrai? I don't know. Hello. Big ooh. Also, the way that the timing and the camera angles of this move right here, this knee, boom. This reminds me so much of like of Bison's Ultra 2 in Street Fighter 4. Oh shit. Doorbell. Hold up. Okay, listen. I've had an unexpected family visit, okay? And not the kind that I like, right? The wine aunt came to visit, and she brought a suitcase, so I'm thinking that she's planning on living here for a while. But that also means I'm not gonna be able to stream, or at least not with a mic on, so I'm going to cut this stream off for now. I'm gonna assess the family situation, see what's happening. I hope to be back later today, but I might not. I hope to be back later tomorrow, but I might not. I don't know what's gonna be happening, so at the very least for now, I'm calling it. I'll see you all later. I'm out.